The final report on the Fiskwell inquiry has been presented to the Victorian Parliament.
This is a little bit different, this inquiry, in that the findings are just as important as the recommendations, I believe.
The Environment, Natural Resources and Regional Development Committee has made a number of important recommendations.
It was likely that certain illnesses and cancers were caused because of the contamination and the exposure to the chemicals, and therefore there should be some form of redress, whether it's around health support or financial support.
There are some recommendations in the report around the future, and certainly it involves Emergency Management Victoria having a greater role in the OHS of any training facilities.
And another area of recommendations is around new and emerging chemicals such as perfluorinated chemicals that we really weren't on the ball. None of the agencies, not the CFA, the EPA or WorkSafe, were really up to date.
The committee collected a substantial amount of evidence during its investigation and has made numerous findings. The final report provides a comprehensive account of what happened at Fiskwell.
Some of the most compelling evidence that we heard in the course of the inquiry was the stories that we heard during the public hearings from the individuals, the people, the health impacts on themselves and on family members. CFA is at the crossroads in terms of its training facility, no doubt about that. Some of the practices in the past were not up to scratch, and it's important that we move forward.
It's now up to the government to respond to the committee's recommendations.
I hope the ultimate outcomes of this inquiry is that those that suffered health effects, ill health effects in the past are compensated. I hope that the neighbours of Fiskwell, they certainly are compensated as well where necessary. And of course that the CFA gets the opportunity to have a new site and go on as it has been the spiritual site Fiskwell in the past. They need a new site that they can train their volunteers on.
Of course, justice for those people that were affected by the contamination and exposure to toxic chemicals at Fiskwell. But of course we can't change the past, but also into the future there's a number of recommendations about changing legislation and increasing accountability of organisations so that this sort of thing can never happen again.
The report is available from the committee's website.